sense of community, network, and it really gives you a good idea.
But I want to talk about leadership, St. Mary. My friend Jason started that program along with the Chamber of Commerce. I think it was Donna Meyer to help them, and then
Yes.
I think you had a crew of people helping you, like a steering team of some sort.
Yes, yes.
All right.
A handful of people helping out.
Right. It's a great program where they choose about 20 people, and they do a year-long class, and they take you around the whole parish or a county if you're not from Louisiana, and they show you all the businesses. They show you the advertising, the police department, the schools. So you get a well-rounded idea of what's happening inside your parish. And so Jason was one of the founders of this. It's an amazing program. So we had a meeting a couple nights ago where they were soliciting new members for the next year's class, which starts in January. Well, I'm bringing this up because about, I guess when George Bush ran for president, I ran into this guy named Johnny Johnson. He was one of the guys who started the dive company, Oceaneering. And he became a dear friend of mine. I knew his family. I knew some of his children. His daughter was a dear friend of mine, still a dear friend. And I was just telling Jason that I got a phone call about going up to visit and doing some video for them, and that I love Mr. Johnny. You know, he's getting a little old there. He's getting older, and
Sure.
I want to go visit with him as much as I can.
Absolutely.
And Jason shared with me something that was just amazing, and how it's serendipitous how life is. So Jason.
It came full circle whenever William said, he was going to see Johnny Johnson. I said, well, man, you never believe this, but about close to 8-9 years ago, when Miss Donna Meyer, with the president of the chamber, came to me and said, hey, Jason, we need to start this thing called leadership. Johnny Johnson has been talking to me about it for quite some time, and I would like you to help me get it going. So Johnny was actually pushing, actually not pushing, but asking Donna to, it's important to the parish to do this, because it just really builds a very strong sense of community, network, and it really gives you a good idea of what we have, the assets that we have here in our parish, and make you, it helps you take ownership of where you live, in a sense of pride, so you can truly go and feel good about where you live.
Yes, I was amazed at the program. My daughter went through it, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a lot of, some things are overnight programs, but most of them are single-day programs.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a lot of people, and most of the people said they were amazed at what they learned was in St. Mary Parish, and they lived here their whole life.
Yes, you get a greater sense of awareness for what's right in your backyard. We went to on economic, let's see, it was tourism, economic development and tourism day. That was one of the titles, and we went on a swamp tour.
Yeah.
With it used to be Cajun Jack.
Yes, Captain Caviar.
Captain Caviar.
Captain
now.
Caviar.
We went on a swamp tour in the Atchafalaya Basin, and I've never been into the Atchafalaya Basin, at least that far on that side. But man, it was beautiful. It was absolutely great.
I got to go on that same tour when I worked on the TV series Ghost of Market City. I was there for 3 months, and that was part of our wrap party. We got to go on a 4-hour boat ride with Captain Caviar.
That is cool.
And the people from out of town were really freaking out over the alligators and the eagles, and it was amazing. It was a great trip, and the guy's very knowledgeable. Does a good job. So Captain Caviar,
Captain
Pilots
Caviar,
in Louisiana. Check him out. He's good.
Yes, excellent swamp tour. And another day we went to the Capitol. We had leadership at the state capitol in Baton Rouge.
It's a legislative day.
Yes, that's legislative day. And we got to meet the senators, the representatives, and just learn more about how state government impacts parish government and how they work together.
Right.
So of course, I wander off, and because
really
I'm
you would wander.
they were calling me to. They were calling me on my phone, but I just knew I had to be where I had to be.
Right. So where'd you go?
Well, I ran into a friend of mine that I met at Mr. Albert Pelisse's man camp. He actually works for the governor. He's a chief communications officer, and I ran into Bill over there, had a really good, really good talk with him, and, spent a few minutes with him, just catching up, and then ended up in the rotunda, and while they were watching, the group was watching a session, and I came across this gentleman. He actually was trying to do a selfie to get a selfie.
You're blocking my camera on this side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
there
he
you
was trying to get a selfie, and I was like, "Sir, would you like me to take that picture for you?" He's like, "Oh, please, absolutely." He said, "I'm just waiting on my daughter. She works here." I said, "Oh, well, cool, man." So I took the picture, and it seems like right on cue, his daughter comes out, and I said, "Would you like me to take your picture together with your dad?" She was like, "Oh, yes, please do." So I took their picture, and she said, who are you?" I said, "Well, I'm Jason Bailey." She was like, "Well, what do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a motivational speaker and coach." She was like, "Really?" She's like, "Here's my card. I need to talk to you about speaking." I said,
Wow.
"Okay." I said, "Very good." I said, and I looked at her card. I was like, "Wow, you work directly for the governor." I said, "That's pretty impressive." So, hey, God will put you in the places you need to be. Even though, you might have other people pulling on you to come to where they are. However, you're exactly where you need to be whenever you are there.
That's it. Well, this is a good little session here, Jason. You want to sign off?
Yeah. Hey, look, we appreciate it. We thank you for watching, and y'all have a good day.
Okay. God bless y'all. Over and out.